Going back to free will, do you have, first of all, hi, how are you?
Good. I am good.
Wonderful.
How are you?
Very good, thank you.
That's good.
Seeing you.
If
So
you hold your
wonderful.
mic up just a bit closer,
Sorry.
that's very good.
I was wondering about free will. I saw a couple of times, actually, in the space of about a week, so I think it was definitely an injury of mine that was being right in my face, where I saw a child basically being really, really screamed at by their parents in a public space. And they were being very verbally and actually really shaking the child. And what would you suggest one would do in this sort of situation?
What are you afraid of doing?
Taking the child away from the situation.
That's exactly what we have to do.
Okay.
And and at first I would just go up to the parent and say, look, I don't know what's upsetting you or whatever else, but this is not the way to treat your child. And if they project their rage at me rather than child, well, that's good. At least I'm an adult and I can handle that. I feel we are afraid of doing such things because of our beliefs about parents and children. We believe that parents own their children and so therefore have the right to treat their children in any way. Of course, we draw the line when they've become physically or sexually abusive, but in between that line and the line of actual verbal abuse and everything else, and also a large degree of violent abuse, we will tolerate. We need to, as a society, make a different choice that we will no longer tolerate violent, sexual or verbal abuse, even with each other. That's what we need to do as a society, to make the choice to be different. The majority of us would, under those circumstances, be quite afraid, and in fact probably would also incur the wrath of other people besides the parent. And as a result of that, the majority of us have been conditioned through our fear to not act. And that's where we're using our will to conform. Yep. And so this is, again, the loving use of will. We want to talk more about this use of will in terms of conforming and conformance, because it's a very big problem that we have on the planet. Conforming our will to suit a large number of other people, when we know for certain that their actions, and the general consensus is that those actions are not very loving. And yet we still go along with conforming. And we do it because we're afraid. It's always the fear that bites us in the end, you know. Yeah. Perry, if you...
If I'm loving respect and the people that love respect is a fixed world. Respect, living, healing the world, respect, and but to make a change in the world. The loving, the respect together, respect as well our homes, the families. Respect together for the impossible one.
Now, if you can just pause a moment and Mum can interpret for me, that'd be good.
Yeah, Ben said if we have loving respect, yes, we will change the world in our homes and in our families.
Yep.
So it's about everyone having loving respect for everyone. Is that what you said?
Yes, Mum.
Yeah. That's very true, Ben. It's very true. And the problem is, for the majority of us, is that we're so governed by fear that even respect goes out the window whenever fear comes up, isn't it? That's the real problem we face. Yep. Okay.